Together in an event like this is no small feat, people. Now moving on with the course of things here, we have a cosplay competition in the offing, and for that, I am the last person to be on stage. Look at me. Last time I was literally cosplaying. I was wearing a blazer and people called me Sasta Virat Kohli. No man, not happening. Not happening again. So now I would like to take this opportunity to call on stage two of my beloved colleagues, lovable personalities, and amazing cosplayers. May I call upon stage Persian Mia Shariari and Ria. Come on stage. A huge round of applause, people. So, now these two women behind me, again, they are no mean feat. They are feisty. They are one of the best cosplayers in the country. And they are here at this event, where you can not just witness the game which you just witnessed, the Best of 3 Dota 2, not just the unveiling of the world's slimmest gaming laptop with GTX 1080, or the upcoming CSGO game. If you look around, people, look around. You see those counters there? They are your experience zones to figure out how cool the world of gaming is. If you are not into it, you can get into it. It's an easy task. And apart from that, all of this, considering the fact people tell me, dude, how do you have so much energy? What I'd like to say is only because that we have some great partners here getting this event together to you guys. We have Red Bull as an energizing partner. In fact, on top of that, to cover us on the radio waves, we have none other than Radio City as our radio partners. So once again, a round of applause for our amazing partners here, people. And now, I'll hand it over to these amazing ladies before they just literally throw me off the stage. Over to you.
Thank you, Wagi.
Thank you so much.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and I hope you guys are excited. Who over here loves cosplay? Come on, let me hear it.
I know, I love cosplay.
Well, this is very exciting for me because this is the first time I'm presenting a cosplay competition with the brand new member here at our Northern Gaming's Cosplay Genie family. Meet our latest genie, Reality Labs.
Thank you.
Now, we had an online registration and we had loads of cosplayers signing up, but we are going to bring out the top people over here on the stage. So first and foremost, I would like to call on stage Mr. Shabazz Ahmed, cosplaying as Terrorblade from Dota 2.
Woo!
Now, Shabazz is cosplaying as the Arcana for Terrorblade. Now, how many of you people over here play Dota 2? All right, Shabazz, can I have you on stage?
Look at that magnificent cosplay over there. Give him a round of applause, guys. Wow.
What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Terrorblade. Terrorblade, why don't you join me over here on the stage? All right, we have Terrorblade. Could you please just join me over here on the stage, Mr. Shabazz? Please, over here.
Be careful.
Now, Ria, why don't you call up our second contestant on stage?
So another amazing cosplay that we have over here is Kelly as Wonder Woman. So can we please have Wonder Woman on the stage, please? Look at her. Oh my God. Woo! Can we have you on this side of the stage, please?
Well, wasn't she stunning, ladies and gentlemen? But time for our third contestant, and can I have Mr. Abhilash on stage, dressing up as Mewtwo Gijinka. How many of you played Pokemon Go? Mr. Abhilash, can I have you on this side of the stage, please?
So another amazing cosplay that we have is Somay as Loki. So can we have Loki with all his mischief on our stage, please?
Any Asgardians here?
Come join me on this side of the stage, please.
All right, so how many of you here love Batman? Well, sadly, there's no Batman, but we do have Red Hood. So can I have Agib cosplaying as Red Hood? Woo!
We also have Mudit dressed up as Nintendo Game Boy. So, how many Nintendo fans over here? That's the whole package, guys. Thank you.
This is what cosplay is about, having fun. Extremely well, but time to bring our next cosplayer on stage. Can I have... How many of you have played Mario? Can I have Nabil Khan on stage cosplaying as Mario? That was a super tall Mario.
That is the most muscular Mario I've seen in my life.
I had one too many mushrooms, so.
Oh, that's okay. That explains it.
Makes sense.
So next we have Raza as Zed from League of Legends.
Alright, so we've talked about Batman. Let's talk about another favorite superhero. How many of you like Spider-Man? Can I have Suradeep on stage cosplaying as Spider-Man?
If I asked you guys if you like Tifa Lockhart, what would you say? Do you like Tifa Lockhart? Would you like to see her on stage? Can we have Sanya as Tifa Lockhart, please?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, these are our cosplays for you, and I would like Vagish to join me over here. Now, Vagish, we had our pre-judging, and before we announce the result, what do you think? What do you think about the cosplay? What do you think about the talent on stage?
I absolutely think, okay, I think you can't hear me again, right? You Still can't hear me. Oh, you can hear me. I was just kidding. Okay, so firstly, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of these cosplayers. They're absolutely lovely. I don't play LOL, but I think that guy's rad. He's lit AF. I'm not going to expand on that. You community people know that. But I'd also like to expand upon something. You see, Auren and Ria, both of them have a grudge against me. They always complain, Vagish, buddy, you don't cosplay ever. We'd like to see you cosplay. And I'd like to say, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I am cosplaying right now. I'll tell you why. It's a simple thing.
If you
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting before you, not midlife crisis, dude, it's called Bruce Wayne, okay? It's called Bruce Wayne. Jesus. Oh my God, this is escalating way too quickly. All right, no, I was cosplaying as Bruce Wayne. In the night, you can catch me on the rooftops. They call me Sasta Batman. Yeah, that's what I do. But no, I don't cosplay, but I'd really like to cosplay one day. So one day, next year, hopefully, when the ROG Masters happens again, you might see me on the stage, but you won't recognize me. And then I can say, I'm Batman. I'll say that.
All right, thank you, Gish. Now, we had our pre-judges, and thank you very much, Fran, for judging us first. But time to call the man who makes all of this happen on stage. Please call our final judges.
All right, so let me take this opportunity to call our main judges. First of all, Mr. Arnold, National Sales Manager from Asus. Come on, let's have a huge round of applause for the man. All right. Now, India is the growing hub of esports here. This is slowly and steadily becoming our own mecca for esports. And all of this, a majority of this, is not possible without that one name. That name is the managing director of ESL India. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to create a huge, huge round of applause for none other than Mr. Akshat Ladnarati. All right, so Akshat, Arnold, you gentlemen are here. I implore you, gentlemen, who do you think is the best of them all? Okay. Turns out I have to play Tyrion Lannister here, Sand the Height, with the... Who said ooh? I see you, bro. Okay, all right. So let's start off. Whoever gives the loudest cheer for the particular cosplayer, we are happy with that. We'll see who succeeded. Terrorblade people, can I hear some noise on Terrorblade? Wow, man, that Terrorblade has farmed a lot and it shows. I didn't want to say that, buddy. All right. My man Mewtwo here. Jason Todd. Mario. Spider-Man. No, Auren, move aside. Okay. Let's start from my League of Legends character here. Any shots for him? Zed. My man, Nintendo Game Boy. I mean, where was this applause when I said I was Bruce Wayne? Wow. All right. Loki here. My lady, Princess Diana. And the final participant here, Tisa Lockhart. No, I can't do this. Akshat, I'll leave it to you, man. I can't do this. I can't do this.
The best way to do any competition is to actually let the guys and the people who actually play in it decide. So third place, I'll actually ask Ria. Ria, who do you think is third place?
I think it's Zed from League of Legends.
Whoa. Zed, come on over. You're number 3. Thank you for going and participating. Guys, come on, give him a big round of applause. And Oren, what do you think is who should be number 2 here?
It was a tough one. It was a very tough one, but I think my lady Wonder Woman should take it home.
Come on over. Come. And the final one, and this is because I'm a Dota buff, I'm actually going to think that the guy... Congratulations one more time. Thank you, everyone. That's all we have. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, everyone, for participating. We hope to see you again and another esports competition. And hip hip hooray to Asus ROG Masters.
Woo!
All right, TB, enough farming, man. Come on, give me some thunder, okay? All right, can you guys hear me? Okay, you guys gotta shout louder, yes. Good. So right now, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. There's no commercials, we're just taking a quick commercial. Commercial, nahi yaar, break. We're gonna come back with Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Don't go anywhere, we're gonna be right back here. Cheers.
Hope was a distant memory. You were overwhelmed, and defeat seemed inevitable. The odds were stacked against you, and your enemies were closing in. But in conflict, we find our strength. We can't be held down. Our courage can't be suppressed. Our brilliance can't be denied. Our home is on the battlefield. We are unstoppable. We are fearless. We are the Republic of Gamers.
Since 2006, the Republic of Gamers has devoted itself to crafting a new world for gamers. What makes a gamer? What is it that makes us unique? We embrace technology to evolve. We connect with millions of people around the world to create our own reality. A reality that revolves around our passions. We've supported this community from the very beginning. We understand you in ways others simply can't. We are by your side because we are where you are. The best players from around the world have already joined us. Will you be next?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to remind you that Aggressive 5 and Team Signify are at their respective signing booths. If you want to get your stuff signed by them, they are there, all set and waiting for you guys. Let's all enjoy the event as it goes. Thank you.
in the vents, and I mean, the terrorists are going to run into the crossfire. Look at that shooting gallery. Malta with 3 kills. Oh, what? Oh, God. Oh!
Jump into the back and they found a couple that killed off one. Into the Oracle dead, and now they found tools as well. There's no ice blast. Look at Sven cleaving through 1 and 2.
So it's faded out.
Oh no,
Sven,
no!
He jumped on the replicant and BKB and the storm.
I can sense a buzz in the crowd. Everybody is waiting tentatively. Wow, my English is going for a toss here. I think that's because of the lights, which are blinding me. My glasses, which got stolen from me yesterday by a cabbie here in Bangalore. Thank you. I don't judge your city. It's absolutely lovely out there. The weather is killing it. And the best of 3 Dota 2 the first thing in the morning. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue with the event here. We have the best of 3 of Counter-Strike Global Offensive here happening between 2 finalists. Only one will be going from this stage to continue their journey for the ASUS ROG Masters 8-pack. And right now, let me call on stage the team which made it back from the lower ranks of the lower bracket. One of the beloved teams of the Indian Counter-Strike circuit. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge round of applause to Team Entity Gaming, people. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get them on stage. Entity Gaming. Okay, you know what? I'm not happy. I'm really not happy. That applause could have been louder. Can we once again hear it for Team Entity Gaming, people? And that's how you welcome professional teams in Indian Esports tournaments here. That's how you do it. So A-Star, the captain of Entity Gaming here. Buddy, what's in store for us? What kind of firecrackers are we expecting today?
We are just going to rock and roll.
Dude, that's a song.
Okay.
So are you going to play songs there, or
No.
we'll sing Counter-Strike?
Bullets. Only bullets.
Okay, that's like some tough statement there. Okay, moving on to some serious conversations here. Who do you think from the opposition holds the most threat for your team?
The Oppa Antidote. Is playing very well, so yeah, one of the big threats.
Okay, and any particular players from your team the audience should watch out for?
Excali and Hunter, both of them.
All right, people, let's have a round of applause for Excali and Hunter here. All right, thank you, Ayush. So now, wow, this is creepy, man. This is very creepy. Okay, now, let me take this opportunity to call on stage, but before I call them on stage, they're sitting there comfortably. Look at them. They know they're in it for the big haul. They're straight up ahead, secured their position in the grand finale of the South Asia qualifiers for the ASUS ROG Masters. They secured their position here from the upper brackets without any hitches, without any glitches. I'm talking about Team Eternal Esports. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on stage Team Eternal Esports. Okay then. So as you guys saw the way they entered, they're already practicing the strategies in game while they come on stage. 3 from there, 2 from here, corner from B side. That's how they do it. I know them. All right, hell, buddy. Now your team secured the spot here in the grand finale of the South Asia finals of the ASUS ROG Masters. straight up ahead from the upper brackets. No opposition for you guys in this journey so far. But now is the deciding match, the best of 3 here. Yeah. What do we expect from your team?
Well, we were here to win the represent South Asia in, I think, Asia Pacific qualifiers, and that is our only goal. We don't care who we place in the finals. We just want to win the event.
All right. Any particular players from the opposition your team should be watching out for?
Like, it's my contemporary statement, but as I said, we are playing a team and not a player. So we'll watch out for the team, but we won't respect the player.
Well, that's well said. Well said. What about your team? Who should the audience look out for from your team? See, I know, okay, I'll quickly just mention it. It's happened a lot of times to me. Each time I've hosted Eternal Esports on multiple platforms, each time there has been an esports tournament here, that kid over there, who's hiding his face, that kid over there has been the talk of the town with every caster. And not just the caster, I'm mentioning the ladies as well, because the guy plays the guitar and happens to sing as well. And then one day messages me on Facebook, Dada, let's jam. On what, buddy? You're in Bombay. Okay? So hell, any particular player apart from Antidote there?
All 5?
All right, all 5. We'll watch out for all 5 of them. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have both the teams here on stage, revved up and ready to go and have a go at each other in this best of 3 of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Only one team, remember people, only one team goes up ahead. Who's that going to be? We're going to find out soon, as and when our analysts for this game, Mr. Ranjit Mamba Sina Patel and Aditya Adi Shah, will break down the game for us. So, over to you, buddies.
Thanks a lot, Vagish. And before we talk about the teams and the game as well, I would like to introduce a very special personality over here, Dr. Adi, because of the fact that you could actually show them your book as well. He has pretty much written a thesis on the game and talking about the teams as well. But let's get back to the game. Let's start off with Entity Esports, right? I mean, we've seen them play. And Ace giving me that look right there across the corner. But, we've seen them play. And they actually came in via the lower brackets, which was pretty surprising, to be honest. I mean, we had, all right, so for the benefit of the viewers who do not know, we actually had 2 days of LAN qualifiers at LXG, and, that is where the teams competed, and that is where, all the lower bracket and the upper bracket matches took place. So Entity, coming in from the lower bracket, do you want to walk us through the day 1?
Yeah, so day 1 was the...
Oh, that's okay. That happens all the time. And, well, so yeah, talking about day 1, Entity Esports, not being able, I think they lost out against Eternal, right?
Yeah, so day 1 was the winner bracket games. All 3 of them were best of ones. Eternal, what the hell?
That's okay, that happens. So, all right, so one more thing I want to point out is the fact that Eternal Esports, they've had the new player coming, and even though it was in the recent past, we had Kappa going out, we had Amathurasu coming in, and, it sort of changes the dynamics of the team as well because of the fact that, but, it's sort of surprising how they've actually made it to the finals. But talking about the day 1, why don't you walk us through it?
Yeah, so day 1 were the winner bracket matches. Now, the winner bracket matches started actually with Eternal beating the Bangladeshi team, XL. It was an Inferno, 16-12. And then again, we saw Inferno for Entity, which was a domination by Ace and A-Star, with Entity taking that 16-4, if I'm not mistaken. And the upper bracket finals were later in the day, and I was very surprised, to be honest. I banked on Entity winning that, but we saw Eternal pick it up 16-14 on Train. That was a pleasant surprise, to be honest, because Eternal's online form hasn't been that great. Now, after that, we moved on to the second day, right? The lower bracket matches. So why don't you take us through those?
Well, we actually had GMD, and they went in a BOT. The first game was surprising, to be honest. It was Cash, I remember. And they actually won against XL 16-12, and they're really happy about it as well. But the fact that after that 16-2, and again 16-2, total domination by them.
So, if anyone's wondering, by the way, JMD was not originally going to play. It was actually Team Semper X, but one of their players apparently had a whack band account just a few discovered just a few days before this event. So hence Semperex was disqualified, and Aces actually flew down the next team in line, that was JMD, the team that lost to Semperex, I'm assuming.
And to be honest, the best part about JMD was they flew in the morning, did not really have a lot of sleep as well, and then coming down, playing Counter-Strike for the entire day, it taxes your body. And we talk about low blood sugar all the time because of the fact that we have to scream so much, and you use your brain as well at the same time. But again, looking at both these teams, actually you want to add up to that?
Yeah, about day 2 as well, Brutality was a massive surprise. They lost 2-0 to ZEG Esports, and I'm not trying to put down ZEG Esports or anything. They're an unknown entity. They're a Sri Lankan team. They don't practice so much in the Indian scene, right? We don't see them that much as well. And then we saw them getting destroyed by Entity. So I assumed that Brutals would be able to take that over the line, right? And Brutals have been so inconsistent that it's just not acceptable that they're at least they're not there in the lower bracket, like the consolidation final, at least. They should be making it there to the top 3, minimum. That's what's expected by such a massive and such an amazing organization. And yeah, moving on, finally, we had ZEG actually beat JMD in the lower bracket, and then Entity had to beat ZEG in the consolidation final. So it was a hard route for Entity to come in, because they had to play 4 games, like 4 maps, versus Eternal, who just played 2 maps, and they're straight on the stage now.
And having a day off as well, it sort of gives you that rest as well. You can study your opponents, you can study the games as well, and you come in with a fresh mind, because you can practice if you want, but a day's break, I think it actually helps. What do you think about it?
Yeah, a day's break is amazing, to be honest, because Entity and Eternal, because Entity and Eternal both, they're paid salaried teams, right? So you burn out. So you want that break, because if you're playing the game 10, 12 hours a day, all you're doing is living, eating, breathing CS. You do want a break, and Eternal has that break, and I think that's an upper hand.
That is an upper hand. And by the way, just one more fact to add up, that Adi has actually played for Brutality. That is the reason why he gets so triggered when he talks about certain teams, and the way they've been playing. It actually helps them a lot outside the game as well. But getting back to this one, what do you think, how do these teams fare out against each other? Talk about the head-to-head if you want.
Yeah, if we can get the head-to-head up, right? These are the last 5 games in all tournaments, not just the ROG. So it's like 3-2 to Eternal, but it's been really close. And if you just, the 16-7 and the 16-3 drubbing in Nuke and Mirage were actually in July. So they've only played each other thrice since then. This does not take into account actually a game where Eternal beat Entity 2-1 in the LAN qualifiers actually of the ROG. And that was actually Entity playing with a substitute. Hence, it's not been included here. And this time, it's the full lineup. So it's been really close lately. And in fact, the first day was Entity losing out to Eternal 16-14.
Well, leaving that aside, I think the players are ready. So we're quickly going to jump into the veto. We will quickly jump into the veto. And do you have any predictions for the veto?
So I'm assuming that Eternal is going to go for either mid-train again or something like Overpass. But you never know. Entity is always going to ban out Cash, and I'm pretty sure Eternal is going to ban out Nuke. It's their sort of perma bans. What happens after that is, it's up to the team. And I'm assuming we're going to see Cobble in here as well, because both these teams like playing it.
So. And well, veto as well. It's the fact that they've lost out on Nuke and Mirage, and I think I've got an update about the veto process as well. So it is actually Cash being banned out, Nuke being banned out by Eternal Esports. Actually, the first ban was from Entity, and we have it on the screen as well. So I'm kind of surprised by the fact that they chose Mirage, losing out 16-7.
Yeah, that's the Hellranger. Great IGL, right? But I think on Mirage, his ideas are a bit dry. Like, they're old now. And I really don't think Eternal is that good at Mirage. So looking at these maps, I honestly, coming into this, the way I saw the veto going, I thought we're going to see something like Overpass and Train, and maybe the Mirage pick would be by Entity. But I saw this going 2-1 to Internal, sorry. But now, because of this veto, I'm actually going to say it's going to be 2-0 to Entity.
I remember you calling me one of the best IGLs in the country, but really, really bad at taking a veto process at hand. But leaving that aside, do you have a player to watch out for?
So yeah, the player to watch out for is actually Ace. He's had a great ROG, like this entire tournament. He's played 4 games. You can see his average KDR 1.56. His average ADR just shy of 100. The so strong impact rating 1.45. That's 1.45 is great, by the way. Like if you want to explain impact rating.
Well, I mean, impact rating is given out to you. There's a total of 10 points, 10 IR, and it gets divided between 10 players. So if we have anything above 1.3, you know, it just goes on to show that you're a really good player. But since we are running short of time right now, and since the players and the casters are ready as well, we are going to hand it over to them. We have our amazing casters, Blair and Fed. Over to you guys, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to go live. It is going to be Eternal Esports facing off against Entity. My name is Blair. Alongside me is my long-suffering partner in crime, Archie. And this game is going to be lit as hell. Two teams who have a lot of history between each other. And I personally, I'm looking forward to this game.
Blair, I can't tell you how excited I am about casting this game. The thing is, I cast the upper bracket finals between these two teams. It was a best of one, so it can go either way, but a best of three. That's the true test for any tournament, any team actually. And like the analysts pointed out, I find the map picks a bit curious.
All right.
Inferno.
I like this crowd.
Yeah,
All right,
crowd's awesome.
hold on a second. I've been casting for a while. I've seen a lot of crowds. I've seen a bad one. I've seen a pretty decent one. But this crowd, I mean, give yourselves an applause, man. This is the best crowd I've ever seen in esports in this country, ever. I'm saying it by far. And I'm just getting a little bit of goosebumps here. Like, you know, it's really cool, like, to be in India, seeing all these people coming here, not for anything else, not for, let's say, you know, for some other event, but they're coming in for esports, for Counter-Strike, for Dota. Like, they're here to watch some of the best players in the region facing off against each other. One team's going to go to the finals, and we are about to go live here, ladies and gentlemen. The game is about to start. It's going to the 9th round, going live. Make some noise for both these teams. It is Eternal Esports. It is Entity. And we're going to be going live with the 9th round to decide which team is going to be starting on which side. So, Inferno getting picked by Eternal Esports, you have your doubts about this.
I mean, Eternal don't play this that often. It's mainly Entity's go-to map in the other tournaments that they're playing online, especially the ESL India Masters League, because that's the most regular tournament and where people get to watch these teams play almost on a daily basis. So, Inferno has been Entity's like playground for a very long time. They've been so utterly dominant. I think Nasser, Risky have been the only guys who can actually, you know, kind of shrug Entity aside, but they can shrug any team aside. Oh.
Here comes the knives coming in, and just like that, Entity completely, utterly decimating Eternal Esports. So they should be opting to start on the CD side, unless I'm very much mistaken, and we should be going live very, very quickly. And here we go. It is going to be Entity starting on the CD side of Inferno. This is going to be curious, right? Because Entity are known to have the best T side on Inferno in South Asia. I mean, South Asia, not including the Middle East, because we have Risky and all those guys. And here we go, we're going live with a pistol round. Entity starting on the CD side. Eternal Esports on the T side. It's going to be Shabby, Blackhawk, Hellranger, Amaterasu, and Antidote for Eternal Esports. And for Entity, everyone knows these guys. It's Ace, it's A-Star, it's Hunter, Excali, and of course, Old Man Ribby.
I'm really interested to see if Entity do their classic 3-man push-up banana to get like early aggressive banana control. They've been doing it consistently on their pistol rounds. So I'm guessing Hell would have prepared for it. Let's see. And no, it's going to be a 3-2 standard split so far.
And I think we're going to be having a restore coming in. Looks like one of the Entity players having a little bit of internet issues, if I'm not mistaken. A little bit of technical issues. So we're going to be restarting the game. A little anticlimactic, but it happens. It happens, Archie.
Yeah. Like Murphy is ever present, as they say.
Murphy, yeah, our best friend. So we should be going live very, very quickly. I think Entity having a little bit of technical issue. I think an FPS drop for one of the players. But everything is sorted out. That is loud indeed. And we should be about to go live immediately. Second map is going to be on Mirage, a pick from Eternal Esports, which Adi did mention, that they've just been having a very passive setup on the CD side, something not that impressive. So just looking at it overall, I mean, the map picks do seem to favor Entity Esports overall. The third map is going to be Cobblestone as well.
I mean, Cobblestone is something that Hellranger made his name on, essentially. He beat Risky on Cobble in last year's Masters final in Delhi. So Cobble, I'll lean towards Eternal, but it's going to come down to Inferno, to be very honest, because, see, Eternal have been drilling this map. So I was talking to the players before the game, and they've been going on, Hellranger was going on about how he's drilled this map, how he has like N number of setups for N number of scenarios. So it's going to be an interesting game. I want to see if it was all talk, and I want to see if it was not all talk, and I just want to hope that it wasn't, because otherwise a 2-0 final never really that exciting. A 2-1 or a best of 3 going to the third map, that's what we all crave for. And well,
it's going to be A-Star in the meantime towards Banana. He's going to be holding his all by his lonesome. That's going to allow his teammate, that is Hunter, to fall back towards A to have the 4-man setup. Utility, a lot of utility for Eternal Esports, so we should be seeing some sort of a play from Hell's, his book of pistol rounds. I mean, this guy has so many variations. They got a couple of flashbangs, 2 smokes, and a Molotov as well. It looks like they're going to be gathering up for this B hit. Flashbang's going to pop. Ace is going to be blinded, but he's going to be taking the fight. It is A-Star we're speaking off here. He's waiting patiently. They're walking up. He's going to spot a player, taps away, not able to find anything, just tapping away, but he's getting walled alive. And somehow he's alive. Finally gets taken out by Hell Ranger, but there is a player still waiting. Hunter holding the line as Eternal, getting the opening kill, slowing things down. This is a team who takes their sweet time going to the bomb sites. They got a man advantage. It is a 4v5. And I like what Hellranger is calling out here. Taking it slow, trying to force Entity to go for an over-rotation. They have 2 players now playing towards B. They have 2 over at A, having a very passive setup. Ribby in the bomb site, and they have Excali playing from Graveyard. Ace is going to be the main man here. He's going to have to rotate real quickly, and it's going to be a B fake coming out. Hunter tapping away through the smoke, not able to find anyone. Hellranger, is he going to commit to this fake is the question. No, it's not. It's going to be an A hit coming out. Excali holding the line. It's going to come down to him. He's got to help his teammate out. He's going to peek out, tapping away, not able to get the kill. He's doing a lot of damage though, but he's trapped. He's got to find a kill before it gets taken down. Now it's a 2v4. Ace and Hunter on the retake. The bomb yet to get planted. It's going to get planted right away. Hunter's going to find Antidote. They need to find 3 more kills here. This is not going to be easy. Blackhawk holding towards Graveyard. He hears him jumping around. Hunter has no idea where Blackhawk is. Smoke's going to come in, and Hunter gets spotted. Another Blackhawk. Now they know where he is, and they're trying to hunt him down. And Blackhawk should be careful, and he's going to get the kill on the Ace. Hunter remaining all alone. Blackhawk's going to get a double kill, and that is going to be the pistol round going the way of Eternal Esports. Clinical play from Hellranger.
Love that pistol strat. Just that early presence over towards Banana just to draw out the rotation, gets the kill and doesn't commit. That is something that I've noticed a lot about the rest of the Indian scene, that you get a kill and you go gung-ho, like YOLO rushing into the bomb site. That is not how you play a round of Counter-Strike, especially the pistol one. You take your time, you've got the man advantage, then all you have to do is just trade it out. Just trade it out, play the numbers game, and Hellranger seems to...
And this is so typical of Hellranger, calling a tactical timeout in the second round. I mean, this is just... He's got to be messing with his opponents at the moment. He's like, all right, I got 3 tactical timeouts, I'm going to use it. And he's the complete opposite of most Indian teams who don't even go for a single timeout, no matter how bad it is. And here we go. It is going to be the 4th fight coming up from Entity. No surprises there. P250, 5.7. It is the nerfed 5.7. It's a very different beast now. And for Eternal Esports, a couple of MAC-10s, AK-47 and Blackhawk, who did pick up a triple kill in the previous round, a Galil, a UMP, a very mixed buy, and it should be Shabby and Antidote looking to farm that SMG money. For Entity though, CZ, 1 CZ, multiple 5.7, the P250, and the Scout and Hunter. And we've seen how dangerous he can be with that Scout, but Antidote just dodging around, and Hunter's taken a ton of damage. Bear in mind, he's got no armor to work with.
And a 3-man stack towards the B bomb side. I think they're expecting a B hit. It's one of the more common places to hit on the anti-eco, but knowing Hellranger, I think he's going to, again, be patient, take it slow, and just, measure out his options and then take a call on what side to hit. That's what makes him so dangerous. He's not an impulsive player. He's calculating, he's composed, and even in the face of stacked odds, he doesn't have knee-jerk reactions.
Antidote leading the way. Hunter is so very low, 14 HP, makes his escape. He's going to get peak, double, triple peak, as they come barreling in towards Speedway. Excalibur sees that, gets taken down. Antidote! He's just wrecking them here with that Mac 10 of his. He's farming a lot of money. There is still a player that's A-Star holding towards Series 1. He's going to get killed with the Shabby, but a 2v4, and it is going to be Amaterasu. Drops A-Star. 1 man remains, Ribby, who has picked up the Mac 10. He has a 5.7 to work with, and the players are kind of low. Antidote and 27 HP, Amaterasu bleeding internally. But this should be the round for Eternal Esports. They should be trying to keep all the 4 players alive. And Ribby has a lot of work to do. And at this juncture, he can just go for some exits. He gets spotted out. And just going to fall back, save that armor and 5.7. And we already see a player charging up mid. That is Hellranger with a UMP. He wants to make sure that its Entity take nothing into the 3rd round. And it should be a full eco round coming out for A-Star and his men.
I mean, that round, Anti just channeled his inner Miley Cyrus, came in like a wrecking ball and just completely shredded Entity's defense. Just absolute menace there with the Mac-10, jumping, doing everything like acrobatics. And Ribby will fall.
Gets taken down. And that was a very good round. They lose 1 Mac-10 and 1 player. Very good anti-eco round. Although it was a little close. A couple of players were very low indeed. And Entity Esports, we should be seeing a full ego coming out here. And Antidote's going to be licking his chops. He's going to be like, all right, free, easy SMG money. And it's again a double Mac-10. Why not? We're just going to be going for this. You like Miley Cyrus, don't you?
My idol, Blair.
Absolutely. You should get a haircut like her.
I do.
Oh, all right. She's not bald.
She will be, given her life choices.
All right, enough about Miley Cyrus. We're going back to the game. 5-man stack over the A-bomb side, USPs. I think that's a P2K, yep. So nothing being invested by Entity. It's just going to be an A stack. They're going to be gambling everything on Internal, making the way towards A, but Amaterasu will have no trouble. Blackhawk is the 3 players right behind him, and then Max is doing a lot of work, finds 2, looking for more. USP's going to come out of spots and the players spots out both of them, and all he has to do is just stay alive, try and farm that money, 1 tap to the head, and he's going to pick up the quad kill, and the crowd goes wild for that anti-eco bash. Flawless round, and the money is looking phenomenal. I love this crowd. I love this crowd. I can't help it. I love this crowd. It's so much better than sitting alone in a studio and just casting.
Yeah.
It's such a different experience altogether. So Eternal Esports on their map pick with a 3-0 lead, and they're looking very good monetary-wise. Entity, now here's a curious thing I've noticed about many Indian teams recently. The money's not that great, yet they've gone for 4 M4s, utility spots, 5 smokes, a handful of flashes, and just a couple of nades. And they're going to be nading towards Banana, not going to do much damage here. Hellranger's going to march up. Although Blackhawk and Amaterasu taking a ton of damage. You can see the AKs being swapped around.
I mean,
Hellranger.
The thing is, they've gone for the M4 buys, no armor out, which means that the UMP can actually come into play. Although that Hiroshima nade stack towards Banana, that was absolutely devastating. Yeah.
It's a bombing run indeed. The smoke is going to dissipate. Bear in mind, utility is extremely sparse for Entity. It's going to come down to contact plays. The flashbang is perfect. Hunter, he won't find one, but A-Star just finds a kill before he gets taken down. Hunter, meanwhile, going for his spray and pray. He gets taken down. Now it's a 3v3. Although Blackhawk is very low indeed. The smoke's going to blow. They're going to be able to get the bomb down. Ace is barreling up towards Ruins, trying to catch someone off guard. An antidote. He won't find anyone because the retake is coming in from Team 1. And Blackhawk is so very low. Hellranger and Antidote have got a lot of work to do. And I like what Blackhawk is doing. Trying to play it safe here. They have no idea where they are. Hellranger's just trying to bait it out for his teammates. Incendiary's going to burn him out. He's going to get taken up by Excali. And now, the 2v3 advantage to the series. Excali is going to get taken up by Blackhawk. How did he hit that shot? Now they know where he is, but they can't get the kills. And Blackhawk is teasing them. He's just daring them out. They're going to try and smoke it off. Ribby holding the line. The double P comes in, but Ribby saving his team. But there's no time remaining. There's no time. They've lost the round. And because they didn't have a single kit, the round will be won, and Eternal Esports 4-0. That is heartbreaking for Ribby. And that's what happens when you don't have a single kit. That's what happens when you don't have utility to work with, and that's going to come and bite Entity Esports in the back. They do have the M4 saved by Ribby. It's going to be a very light pistol armor bite because there is going to be max loss bonus kicking in the next round. Eternal Esports, they lose all the 5 players, but I don't think they're going to be too worried about it. They win the round. And for Eternal, the more rounds you get on the T side, which is not their strong point, but the CD side is phenomenal indeed. So it's about, if they can get like 6 or 7 rounds on the T side, I think they have a very good chance. Because they are, let's be honest, they are kind of the underdogs here in this matchup.
I mean, the thing is now with the new Inferno, it's changed up a lot. Whoa, okay then. I felt that in my marble sack. Oh my God, that was painful.
That was, okay. A-Star. Immediately falls back, gets boosted up towards the flower pot, and that's going to put a pause on Eternal Esports' play here. They're going to take it a little slow. It's still very much advantage for Eternal Esports, although they're a man down. Look at the weaponry they have. Entity, just pistols to work with, but we know how pistols are in this game.
I mean, they did get nerfed recently, both the Tech 9 and the 5.7 getting a much-needed tone down. But still, yeah, pistols in CSGO are just as random as they can get. And sometimes a $300 pistol will outshoot.
Shabby pushing his way. Ace tapping away through the smoke, trying to get lucky. Ribby's the guy with the gun. He's got a lot of work to do, but he will not spot the 2 players. Barreling up archery, but there is a man waiting for them. It's going to be A-Star, who's going to take a Judge Shabby. Jumping and gunning, and Hunter all alone. He's getting pincered. He needs a lot of help, but he's got Desert Eagle to work with. 75 points of damage, and what a shot from Hunter! But he gets immediately traded. 3v3. Bomb should get planted, but the retake is very much on its way. Blackhawk spots out. Does he not spot out Ribby there? I'm not too sure. Blackhawk holding a very ballsy angle. Ace doing a lot of damage. Excali's gone for Amaterasu. Now it's a 2v3, and it's going to be coming down Antidote. He's going to get taken down. 1v2 now. Blackhawk just lurking around. They don't have a kit. Flashbang will not blind him. The smoke's going to dissipate. He's going to peer around. He doesn't spot the player behind the fountain. He's going to find one, but he's sticking to defuse Excali. It's a full 10 seconds, but he's going to get taken down. Blackhawk saving his teammate, and you can see the team looking really hyped up. Expensive round, but at the end of the day, I mean, the money's still going to look good for Eternal Esports. Entity should be happy with the way they played out. They brought it down to a 1v1, did a lot of damage, and now we see the big guns coming out. Hunter with the AWP, M4s all around, and this time around they have the utility to work with, and more importantly, a couple of kits as well.
They're making sure they're not short of kits, that's for sure. 4 kits out on NTT Gaming. I mean, they've learned this the hard way by now. No kit, no clue, and the CT's QQ. That age-old saying coming true for NTT. 2 rounds in a row, and they're not going to repeat that mistake again. And Antidote is holding the line, so is Hunter. They're not going to peek each other.
Antidote.
Oh! The captain peek! The captain peek!
The slow peek for the ages gets the kill, and that's a danger man taken out. It is a dual op setup, bear that in mind. Hunter and Ribby. And Antidote, that was such a slow peek. I'm just surprised Hunter couldn't react in time. And that's going to be the man advantage going the way of Eternal Esports. And we spoke about this earlier as well. If Eternal Esports want, they want to stand a chance of winning this series, Antidote needs to step up. And he is looking really, really solid indeed at the moment. The op will be picked up by A-Star. Not really known for the op and the nice flashbang to make his escape.
Actually, no. A-Star has been picking up the op a lot recently for Entity, and he has been an absolute phenomenon with the big green gun. He's been wrecking teams left, right, and center. It's just been completely a newfound player, in my opinion. The aggression he shows with the AWP, most teams have no answer for it. And right now, it's a pretty passive setup that Entity have going. I would have expected them to actually aggress somewhere on the map to try and neutralize this man advantage, but I think they're going to...
they don't have time though. They got to commit to the A-bomb side right now.
That is
3
true.
players are lying in wait. It's going to come down to the execution. Eternal Esports, but they're just faking it. They're faking it. They're sneaking back towards the B-bomb side. Just 1 player remaining alive. 20 seconds. They're cutting this very close, and the 1 player is going to be A-Star with it off. He's got to go hero mode here. He's got to find 1. Needs to find more. Looking for the second kill. He's going to miss it. He's getting hunted down. Ramming off shots. He needs to find another one. No scope's not going to land, and that is going to be 8 seconds, and they're going to get the bomb down. 3v4 now, and Eternal Esports, such a tight round as Ace is going to find Hellranger. The retake is on. Ace spots out Blackhawk, and Blackhawk, a couple of bullets, doing a bit of damage. He spots out another player. This is very risky. Now it's a 2v3, and Blackhawk finds Ace. Amazon Rock is holding the line, finds 1 more. It's now all on Ribby in a 1v1. Look at how low Blackhawk is. 3 HP to work with. And Ribby just needs a pistol. He knows how low. He's going to try and smoke up the C4. He's got a kit to work with. He's going to tap it. Here's out wide, but it's going to be Blackhawk just rattling off shots. The time is not his friend. Ribby's going to stick this at 1 point. He's going to stick it again, and Blackhawk is going to spray through the smoke. And again and again and again, this man is going to clutch it out time and again for his team. 6-0 to Eternal Esports, and nothing, and I mean nothing, is going to wave Entity at the moment.
I mean, Blackhawk has been an absolute beast thus far in the finals. He has been consistently ramping up his game over the past few weeks, and right now I think he is absolutely feeling it. He's in the zone, he's not missing anything, clutching round after round, and now finally Entity deciding to take a breather, maybe put a pause on Eternal Esports' momentum, just calm down, reassimilate, and reevaluate what they're doing wrong.
And that's exactly what they're doing right now. They've taken a timeout. Entity, a team not that known to take timeouts, to be honest, even losing or winning. So you can see they're little rattled. You can see Ace talking to his teammates, telling them, all right, this is what they're doing. We need to mix it up a little bit here as the timeout will be done for. So we're going to be resuming with the game. But right now, 6-0 to Eternal on the T side. Something, let's be honest, I don't think any of us saw this coming.
Absolutely not. I'm glad that it wasn't all talk from Hellranger. He does have a few aces up his sleeve. And yeah, he's
no pun intended.
No pun intended at all.
Blackhawk's on 13 kills. He is on 13 kills and 1 death. I mean, holy Christ, what a way to start a series.
Basically, he's on fire, is what you're trying to say right now.
He is on fire indeed. And this is a very... I don't understand this buy. A-Star has gone for the FAMAS. He's gone for the full investment, while the rest of the team has just gone for a very light buy!
30!
Excali! He's going to destroy Shabby, a bullet to the skull. He's going to take a lot of damage from the Molotov, though, but he establishes a man advantage for his team.
What a shot, though.
That was sweet. That was sexy as hell. An Antidote holding the line. But one thing I'm enjoying about Eternal Esports T side right now is even if they do give away the man advantage early on, they are showing a lot of, what's the word?
Restraint.
Restraint. A lot of composure in the way they're going about things. And that, again, that all comes down to Hellranger.
And yeah, like Excali's movement also there being instrumental in allowing him to escape from the floor was lava there for a good like 30, 40 meters, and he just completely
Antidote opening things up. The flashes are brutal. And it's going to be taken control by Eternal Esports. The smoke wall, Ace holding at the edge of the smoke. He's going to get taken down. They are getting completely destroyed. Hunter left alone in a 1v4. Well, it was barely any investment. Hunter's going to just save the FAMAS and probably drop it back to A-Star because he had gone for that investment. I'm still not sure why he went for that buy. I'm imagining it was probably a misbuy. It doesn't make any other sense, but if Hunter survives, he's going to at least out the FAMAS over to A-Star while the rest of his team buys up. It is max loss bonus kicking in. They're going to be able to go for another buy again. But again, Eternal Esports, 4v5, no problems of 4v1 again. Clean execute, great adjustment there. Taking control of Pit for the very first time. And right now, Hellranger and Smen 7-0. Things are not looking good for the Eternal Esports camp.
I mean, the thing is, I think Hellranger kind of knew that they would have to be on a limited buy. So even though they did go a man down, he didn't panic. He was just like, okay, let's stick to the plan. And they went 4 people gung-ho, rushing into the bomb site at like the 30-second mark. And he's been channeling his inner Zeus to near perfection right now up till well, the 7th round. Now we're going to go into the 8th, and we are going to see a buy coming out from Entity, and again, a couple of kits.
And also one more thing I noticed is how Entity rely a lot on individual plays, getting the opening picks. And it's really hard to go for individual plays when, you know, Eternal are playing this buddy system to perfection. They're just making sure that even if a guy gets taken down, they're able to recuperate real quickly. So here comes the buy for Entity once more, 3 M4s of FAMAS, the AWP once again in the hands of Hunter. They're going to think towards Banana. We might be seeing the boost coming up with the spawn. It's not that great. Instead, it's going to be playing a very defaultish setup. Fast smokes from Eternal as they come barreling up mid, slowly sneaking up, waiting for the smoke to dissipate for Entity. At least for Entity this time around, they have a handful of incendiaries as well to work with to slow down the play. And Eternal Esports going for a faster play this time around towards mid. The nade is going to sail in, does a little bit of damage to Amaterasu. Fall flash is coming up from Ace, being helped out by his teammate as well. A-Star setting up the crossfire. Incendiary is going to force Antidote to step back a little bit, but mid has been given up completely by Entity Esports with over 1 minute and 12 seconds on the clock. That gives a lot of space for Eternal to work with. You can see they're pressurizing the A-bombs. There are 4 players there, but look at where Eternal are. They're just a few footsteps away, a few meters away from the bomb site, and a lot of time to work with, and just one guy over at B. So they have a lot of room to play with. They can go for fakes, double fakes, triple fakes, whatever they want to do at the moment here. And here comes the smokes. Multitude of smoke. Ace has been completely smoked up, but through the smoke, he almost gets the kill, but he gets taken up Antidote. There is still a guy in the library though, and Blackhawk is marking him. A-Star, it's all about timing. He's going to come out. Yes, he is. Finds one, finds 2, looking for more. Switches over to AK-47. It's another player waiting around the corner, and A-Star, the hero play. Shabby left alone in a 1v3, tapping away, trying to find Ribby, but he's going to get taken down. And A-Star, the hero play to pick up 4 kills. He went for a ballsy play indeed, and it panned out. Eternal Esports will be able to go for the buy, however. Now the question is, can Entity string a few rounds together? Because if they lose this round, the money is going to look a little miserable here.
I mean, both teams' economies are struggling right now. The fact that a lot of those rounds from Eternal Esports came down to 1v1s has kept their economy honest. Look at that. UMP out onto Hellranger, and Antidote does pick up the AWP finally. We haven't seen him up since that one fabled round where he did get the drop onto Hunter. But both the teams' economy on the point of being broken, they're both on the doldrums. However, Amaterasu does take a ton of damage early on. He's going to be playing the entry role. There's 2 players still very passive towards the B bomb side. Hunter just marking the cross with the hand cannon, with the AWP itself.
The bomb is still dropped towards T-spawn, so Eternal planning to take it slow as usual. They don't need to panic at all right now. They have a great lead, and the pressure is all on Entity. 3 guys pushing up Banana. We have a couple of guys towards alt mid looking for any extra aggression from Entity, but Entity are playing scared right now. They're playing it very passively, not going for the trademark aggression, not trying to bully Eternal Esports. As Eternal, you can see Antidote leading the way. Smoke towards CD spawn. Is that going to draw the player from the A bomb? That is the question, as Ace is not budging yet. Antidote with the AWP. It's going to come down to who is going to win this duel. Hunter playing all the way back towards Shadow. And Antidote. Flashman's going to come out. He's going to get spotted out. A-Star with the first kill. Now they know where he is. He's going to smoke it off. Trying to delay Eternal Esports for as much as possible, but they look like they will be committed here. There is a player, that is Shabby, floating around towards mid as Ace is slowly sneaking his way towards Speedway. It's going to come down to Hunter and A-Star.
And the problem is Eternal have to go in for this naked completely. They're completely out of utility. Oh, nice shot from Hunter there.
For more, finds another one. 1 player stays alive, and Hunter! 3 shots, 3 kills. the second round for Entity, and more importantly, they keep all the guns alive, and even more importantly, the money is finally broken for Eternal Esports after what looked like a huge start for them, but still, 72 is the scoreline, early days. Eternal Esports, it is a second round loss bonus. They will be able to go for the buy for the next round, so they should be just going for pistols. Maybe, you know, maybe a couple of flashbangs. P250 is coming out, a couple of flashes, and just going to be going for a very fast play here. And this should be the right fit for Entity Esports.
I mean, the thing is, I wouldn't really advise on a fast play at this point because, well, the utility, the CTs are stacked to the teeth with nades. And no armor, just pistols, they'll get completely mowed down if they go for a fast play. I'd rather that Eternal actually draw out some nades, waste some utility, try and get a pick maybe, and then work their way into a bomb site. Excali already getting spotted. And Shabby.
Ooh, that was close. Excali is going to re-peek out. Nope, he's going to play it safe. Smoke. In play, and Hellranger, he's probably using this as a tactical pause right now. He's just talking things out, the famous existence strat. Just being in spawn, talking things through with his teammate. This is a round that he knows it's going to be almost impossible to win. And he's over at T-spawn, just talking it out. There's a minute and 30 seconds to discuss what they're going to do. It is going to be the buy coming in. I like what Hell's doing here. It's a very classic strat, which we haven't seen that often, by the way.
I mean, it's clear that Hell has pulled out all the stops. He saves a lot on his online games, like doesn't really invest much into online, doesn't believe in the online. I think he gets that from you, always on LAN, everything's laid out on the table on LANs for this man, and he is giving us a show right now. They've put 7 on the board, they're on an eco, so yeah, let's just plan out our next round. This round timer is more than any tactical timeout that they'll ever get. So, looks like they do have something up their sleeve. They're going towards the B bomb site. Look at that, because of the time they've spent, there's no more utility left on the CTs, just a couple of flashbangs.
It is going to be a slaughter. A-Star going for the spray, mowing them down. He's going to be blinded. Hunters, they're holding the line. One player stays alive, and A-Star will have no trouble finding him with the roster. So, an easy eco mop-up. But now what I'm curious about is what Eternal Esports have up their sleeve. Aegis is going to come on no AWP this time around for Antidote, but they have the utility to work with. What does Hellranger have in mind here?
Let's see what that entire discussion was about. It's going to unfold in front of us right about now. So let's see. And I like the fact that Entity haven't fallen to the trope of the double op setup when everything wasn't working. It's like, let's throw everything on the wall and see what sticks. They've gone for the double op, they've gone for the single op. I like the fact that they've stuck to their default, that one op is enough on Inferno for sure.
Hunter, right in front of the flames. And Excali going for the fight. He's going to continue to spray, picks up a double kill. That is some great control from Excali, and just like that, 2 players down for Eternal Esports. And now it's a 3v5. Excali, I like what Entity is doing right now. They're starting to aggress a little bit, starting to ensure that Eternal Esports just can't go for any setups that, you know, they desire. And with that, Blackhawk, Hellranger, and Amaterasu.
I mean, that's the thing, right? So this Entity lineup is still fairly untested on LAN, which is why I think towards the beginning the nerves were kind of showing, and they weren't playing their game. The initial few rounds, you saw no aggression whatsoever from Entity. They were just sitting back and just waiting for the wave of Eternal to come crashing in on them, either on the A or the B bomb site. But now they're taking the game to Eternal, and look at that, Ribby finding a nasty shot.
Still above, he's still above. Asa's going to get a kill. Excali's going to save his teammate. A flawless round for Entity as they manage to string 4 rounds in a row here. And now we have a tactical timeout, I believe.
And most importantly, in the last 3 rounds, Entity have not lost a single person. That is going to go huge towards, you know, bolstering that economy, which is already so hard to maintain on the CT side. It's going to come in handy. If they do lose a couple of rounds, they still have money to take into the next round and put guns on the table. And
Eternal, we do see it is going to be max loss bonus kicking in the next round. So pistols, armor, maybe a little bit of utility. They're using up their second tactical pause here. Now, I'm curious to see how Eternal Esports is going to adapt to this, because we can see Entity starting to mix things up. And who else apart from Excali to send in and start making plays. And I'm curious to see what we have in store here in the latter rounds of the first half. 4 rounds remaining in this half. As I think we're going to be having a little bit of restore coming in. 7-4 will be the scoreline. There we go. A very quick restore. There's a little bit of technical issues by the looks of it for Eternal Esports, but yeah, we do seem to have a game in our hands. Map number 2 is going to be Mirage as well. I would love to see map number 3. I would love to see it. I'm sure this crowd's going to love it as well.
I mean, if Mirage is going to be a really difficult map to call because, yeah, Hellranger likes playing that map. Eternal have had a string of results on Mirage, but against Entity, apart from that one game that they won at IGS back in February, I haven't really seen them perform that well against this particular lineup, or against this team, not this particular lineup that was with Sai.
Well, Eternal did beat them in the first ROG LAN qualifiers, 2-1, and it was a very convincing win, by the way. So there's a lot of, right now, these two teams are the two undisputed best teams in the country. And for quite a while, Entity were the undisputed best team, but Eternal Esports, I think this particular match is going to decide who's the best team right now.
Agreed, I completely agree with that sentiment.
And Xcali, goes to the wall back through the door, he gets the kill. And Xcali, he is getting unleashed. And that is very, very scary if you're Eternal Esports. Ace is going to find him at the roster, it's an eco round. Ribby, holding the line, he's going to line them up, goes for the spray, but Ace is going to steal all of them away. Antidote's left in a 1v5, nothing he can do, it's just an eco round after all. But it is going to be 5 rounds in a row on the trot for Entity Esports, and that's more important here.
Xcali channeling his inner Clara there. Beautiful wallbang to start things off, and Ace just racking up that match IR. Eco frags for days.
And Antidote not spotting on Xcali, picks himself up a double kill. Ace with a triple, a flawless round. 5 rounds in a row, they haven't lost a single player. The money is looking absolutely ridiculous. 4 players around the $10,000 mark. Hunter on 7K, but that's because he just bought up the AWP. And now Eternal Esports, will they be able to at least get a couple more rounds before this half closes out is the question. 3 more rounds remaining, we are in round number 13. And now once again the buy is going to come out from Eternal Esports. We've so far yet to see a fast play from Hellranger. Will we be seeing that right now is the question.
I doubt that. I mean, remember we were talking about this yesterday, Blair, about how the new Inferno and how it's changing the meta. The old Inferno, pretty much CT-sided, but now things are just economy-sided. The team that controls its opponent's economy makes it their sided map. Earlier it was Eternal who was completely dictating the terms to Entity, then they took the reins, took the charge, and have now started to return the favor in kind. 7 rounds and 8-7 is a pretty even half if it does end that way, although there's still a fair bit of Counter-Strike still left to play in the first half. So we can't really go calling the score just yet. But it is going to come down to who manages to control the opponent's economy better. But as things stand now, Entity can literally buy out the rest of the half.
We do see the smokes being set up. Blackhawk just lining up his smokes alongside Chabby. They're going to be smoking off towards the library and archway. They are, by the looks of it, just committing towards the A-bomb setup. Mythros is going to open things up. That's going to be the first kill going the way. And this is looking very interesting indeed. The smokes pouring in. Xcali and Ace. Ace is going to spot a player out. Does a lot of damage, but he's going to fall back. Flashes his way to make his escape through the smoke, falling back. But now Xcali is all by his lonesome towards pit, and the players are barreling in. Antidote barely alive at 4 HP, and Ace is going to go for the player. Yes, he is, but this time he's going to get caught up by Blackhawk. Xcali caught on the player, but he's trapped inside of it. He's got to go for a huge plays here. And Hunter is going to find 2 kills. What? With the AWP, Xcali doing his very best to stay alive. Antidote, meanwhile, sneaking his way through, finds A-Star. Hunter is going off. Now it's a 2v2 bomb down, however. And look at where Hellranger is. He's going to be sneaking behind towards Palace. Antidote running a few bullets. Hunter needs to find him. And Antidote, they should be careful. He's going to be found by Hunter. 1v2. Hellranger gets taken down. Xcali and Hunter. Hunter with the quad kill. What a retake that was. That looked almost impossible at a point.
Hunter.
Don't sing it.
I know. I was just going to say it's time for the Hunter song. Maybe no.
Maybe at the end. So 6-7 will be the scoreline. Entity Esports have managed to crawl their way back into this game as we are the penultimate round of the first half. Bear in mind, this is a map pick from Eternal Esports, and also bear in mind that their strength is on the CT side of this map, and for Entity, it's on their T side. So we have a lot of action still remaining in this map, if you ask me. The bomb getting planted along with max loss bonus means that they will be able to go for another comfortable buy with Eternal, but they'll be looking to at least go into the second half with a 1-round lead at the very least. Xcali tossing a nade. Is he going to go for the wallbang again is the question. Smoke will allow him a lot of freedom to try his luck again. But this time there's no one there for him to wallbang. He's going to hold his trigger finger. Ribby playing towards mid. He's got his old teammate Ace setting the crossfire. It was Eternal Esports once again. They got mid control. They're looking for the opening pick. As Hellranger slowly making his way towards B, all by his lonesome. He just has a smoke to work with. Ribby, shoulder peeking out. He should be careful. He can get picked off here. Antidote with the AWP. Rounds off a shot. Won't be able to graze Ribby, though. As Ribby tossing the incendiary, trying to delay them for a few more seconds. 48 seconds on the clock. So a lot of time to work with. Smoke's going to come in. Hunter. He's going to toss an incendiary to keep whoever was over Banana at bay. But Hellranger's just trying to bait it out here. Ribby trying to rotate over. It should be careful. Antidote's holding a very tight angle. He's going to walk on out. I don't think the scope was hurt there. Flashbang for him to peek out. Ribby playing towards Arches. He's got a lot of work to do. Smoke's going to come in. That's going to neutralize Ribby's position. Incendiary balls are pushing in towards Library. Flashbang from the tease. I like what Amaterasu did there. Playing the anti-flash, but they need to cross on over. And oh, why didn't smoke this one out? Ribby finds one looking for the second kill, but Antidote's going to trade real quickly. Another guy in the sight. He's going to Shabby, finds one, and oh, Antidote misses the shot. Block shot. Not going to hit, but Blackhawk is going to take him down. 7 seconds. They need to get the bomb down. They will do it. And Hellranger is such a great spot to find A-Star, and A-Star's going to fall. One guy stays alive, Hunter, and he realizes this fight is lost. And he will be looking for exits, though, because he knows the money is still not that great. Because Entity, they are as rich as they can get. They have a lot of money to work with, and Hunter looking for the exits at this moment.
I mean, nothing is certain when it comes to kills going Hunter's way. The way he was hitting shots in the last round is absolutely nutty, but he's going to come... Oh my god, ouch. Barreling in and then just gets sat down by Blackhawk. Finally, Blackhawk waking up. He was on fire at the beginning of the map. And
he's on fire, 16 kills. He's top fragging in the server right now.
But he was quiet for the past few rounds. I mean, the entire Eternal Esports team was just kind of being schooled by Entity for the previous few rounds, smacked around left, right, and center, but finally, Eternal do hit back, and now they can go into the second half with a round lead, and that is their preferred side on Inferno, the CT side. But do keep in mind, Entity are no slouches on the T side either.
Fast play towards Banana coming out from a player, that is Hellranger. One thing I like about Hell is, unlike many other Indian leaders I've seen in the Southeast Asian scene, this is a player who likes going for plays. He wants to be in the midst of the action instead of just calling the shots from way at the backlines. Excali once again, he's looking aggressive, flashbang, pouring out. Excali spots out a player, he's going to immediately fall back, Incendiary to make his escape. As Shabby is taking a bit of damage, I don't think he's going to be too worried about it. But Entity coming out on top of that little skirmish. As we see Eternal Esports slowly sneaking the way towards the B bomb site, all 5 players slowly gathering up. But there is that one man, the hunter of men, lying, holding the line with an AWP. Smokes are going to be pouring in. Hunter, he's got his smoke, he's going to be smoked up. A-Star's there, isolated. He's still going to be holding an aggressive angle. Still a lot of time for Eternal Esports to work with an A-Star, rattling off a number of bullets through the smoke, hoping to get lucky. This is going to be a brawl. Here comes the play. They're going to be charging in. Hunter and A-Star. Hunter with the AWP. He's going to find one. He's going to be alone. He's going to go for the fight. Is he? No, he's not. Doing the smart thing and backing off. It's a 4v3. Bomb's going to get planted. They have a smoke and one more flashbang in Eternal Esports to hold off this retake from the CTs. 4 players going to be coming in. They have so much utility to work with. It's 2 incendiaries can make life very miserable indeed. But Blackhawk, he's going to find Hunter neutralizing the man advantage. Blackhawk's going to hold the line, going for the fight, gets taken down, and all of a sudden now it's a 2v3. Amaterasu is going to be baited. Hellranger is going to bait himself for Amaterasu. Are they going to fall for this is the question. Hellranger, ballsy angle. Very ballsy angle, but spots on Ribby. There's another player coming in. Amaterasu is going to be spotted. Hellranger's going to find another one. Oh, but he gets burned alive! Ace from beyond the grave, getting the kill, and Excali at 14 HP gets the defuse. And that is going to be the half, ladies and gentlemen, 8-7. We do have a game on our hands.
What a topsy-turvy half.
That was a crazy retake.
I mean, those 2 incendiaries did come back to bite Eternal Esports in the backside at the end of it. But, my God, so the previous half, the first 6-7 rounds go to Eternal Esports, and then Entity just string together one of the most dominant CT side displays I have seen in a long time. Everybody staying alive for 4 rounds on the trot. And then finally, Eternal do pick up a round, which means they can go into the first round, into the second half with a 1-round lead. But this is Entity on the T side of Inferno. They are one of the most dangerous T side teams on this map in the country. Actually, the most dangerous, not one of the most dangerous. And this is going to get interesting. This is going to get really interesting really fast.
Here we go, though. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. Entity's T side against Eternal Esports CD side. And Eternal Esports, as usual, taking their infamous second half pistol round tactical timeout. Hell never fails that timeout. And they're out of timeouts now, by the way.
Yeah.
They've used up all 3 of theirs. Entity still have a couple to work with. And here we go. Entity Esports, couple of smokes, 4 flashbangs. And Amaterasu with a P2K looking to spot on something. They're going for aggressive play. Amaterasu, just 1 tap towards mid before it gets flashback. Blackhawk's going to be... He's feeling it, though. He's looking to take the fights. Top fragging in the server as well. And look at Shabby, just barreling like a madman. He's going to walk on out because Excali is holding the line. There's a crossfire being set up. Antidote spots out Ace, does a lot of damage. Excali trying to answer back, but Shabby is going to be falling all the way back. I like what they're doing. A little scary there, getting stuck in the mini wall, but it is going to be the A hit, and there are only 2 players. They're wrapping up from archways. And Amaterasu is trying to creep up. Are they going to... Oh no, they're wrapping in from B. This could be huge. Hellranger should be careful. He gets spotted out. 4 players in his face, but Excali needs to get taken down here. It's going to be the CTs. How is he alive? Finally falls. Now it's a 4v4 retake time. Antidote. Is he aware there are a couple of players towards sandbags? No, he doesn't. And now he knows they're going to recover 4 CTs. This is an absolute brawl. Hunter finds one. There's still a guy towards the sandbags. A-star. He's going to get taken out. Is he? No, he's not. He stays alive. Antidote left alone. He's going to fall. What in God's name was that round? I literally don't even know what's going on.
It was like I was watching a role-playing game there. The CTs were role-playing the Ts, and the Ts were role-playing the CTs, because essentially, that was a B rush from the CTs to retake the bomb site by the end of it. It was... Well, I can't say this, but it was a complete cluster. You get the drift.
You get the drift.
Yeah.
That was complete utter chaos, but in the chaos, Entity bloomed. And now we see the force spike coming out from Eternal Esports. Antidote with the scout, no surprises there. Deagle on Shabby. Trying to spot out someone. And he's going to be falling back as the flash is pouring in towards mid. Antidote's holding a very tight angle, but this is a guy who shines with the scoped rifles. He's got no armor, so aim punch is a very, very real possibility. Nades, what are you doing? Using their nades to try and get wrest control of mid, not walking into a 5-7 crossfire, 5-7 stack. Antidote still holding a very ballsy angle. Rounds off a pre-fire shot. He's going to be forced back as he comes barreling in. And oh, Hellranger trying to be sneaky through the smoke. He's going to get taken down. Antidote, what's he going to do? He's going to be Molotov'd out in the smoke. Pushes out, but Ace is ready and waiting. And a very, very technical execute towards the A bomb site. Destroying the numbers and the guns at Eternal Esports as the A bomb site is going to be wrested away by Entity. Leaking on Amaterasu, and he's going to be spotted out, gets dinked immediately. And it's just going to be falling back for the save, but Ribby is there to catch him, and 1 man stays alive for Eternal Esports. Blackhawk, far, far away, nothing he can do, just going to be admiring his knife and wondering what went wrong.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of the force buy that it's still so prevalent in the Indian meta after you lose the pistol round, especially on a map which is determined by the strength of your economy. I don't know why you'd hamstring yourself by forcing into a round right after losing a pistol round. Especially on the CT side,
especially when they're playing defaults. That's been a pet peeve of mine. But then again, most teams are pretty abysmal in the anti-ecos, which kind of, it's a vicious circle. Blackhawk, trying to stay alive, trying to stay alive, trying to stay alive. He will survive. Somehow. Somehow he will survive.
The proverbial line dance of life and death on new boxes.
Indeed. 9-8 though, as Eternal Esports. It is going to be a full eco. They do have Blackhawk, who would be looking to try and inflict a little bit of damage. But Entity, it's SMGs all the way. 4 umps, the Macton and Ribby, as they might be seeing a little bit of faster play coming out. Just trying to put their stamp of authority. It's a full eco. I don't see Eternal Esports pulling this one out from pulling this particular round out. But score's going to be tied. It is going to be. Sorry, it's actually going to be 10-8. Entity Esports winning that pistol round. Will be winning a couple of, exceeding the league. Blackhawk immediately gets destroyed by Ribby. 4v5. There's nothing that they can do at the moment here. More curious, I'm curious to see what Eternal Esports' buy is going to be. Is it going to be the usual standard 4 M4s with bare minimal utility? Or is it going to be a little bit of a mix-up, like maybe a Mag 7 towards Banana, maybe a couple of UMPs towards Apartments? It's Ribby just farming the money. He's looking for the kills here. Ace is going to mop up the other 2 players. One guy stays alive, Amaterasu, who is in the smoke. There's nothing he can do. Excali should spot him out. He's going in for the hunt. Amaterasu just has PDK to work with, and Excali should win this duel very, very comfortably.
mean, at this point, I really don't...
A little bit of VM there, I like it. I like it.
I mean, at this point, I really don't understand why Amaterasu handed $600 extra to Entity's purse. What's the point? You have a P2000. Just deny the economy if every little dollar counts at the end of the day.
Indeed it does. But for Entity, they're going to keep all the 5 guns in play. It's still going to be the 4 UMPs and the MAC-10. And now they've gone for the buy, which always irks me the most. M4s galore. And here's the problem. They're expecting AKs. They have no head armor. They got no helmets. So these UMPs can be a problem indeed. The fast play comes out from Entity Esports. They're going to come barreling in like Madman. X-Cal is going to open things up. And it's going to be Blackhawk in the flashbang, in the smoke. Won't be able to fight anyone. Blackhawk, that's a teammate there, buddy. Hold on. He's going to reload, gets the kill, but he's going to get hunted down. Hunter's going to get the kill. And now Shabby spots out a player, finds Ribby. They knows there's a guy in the side. Hellranger's going to get taken by Ace in the meantime. 3v2, Shabby and Antidote, all the work to do. Shabby has no idea there's a guy right next to him in the smoke, and it's going to be A-Star tossing in a fadeaway nade, doing a little bit more damage as Antidote sneaking up from archways, and it's going to be Shabby. Does he dare take this duel with A-Star, who is teasing him, and it is going to be the call for the save as Entity Esports, they will get to round number 11. Eternal Esports getting completely wrecked. And I love what Entity did there. The fast play, they knew they had SMGs, they knew they had the inferior weaponry, but they also knew that Eternal Esports' utility would be quite low. So they just went for a very fast play, explosive play into A-bombs, and just like that, that is going to be another round. And Ace...
He upgrades.
He upgrades. He's back. And it's going to be the round. That is going to be another round for Entity Esports. 11-8, and Shabby does find A-Star, but I don't think they're going to be too worried about it. Look at the money on Entity Esports.
And the funny thing is, Ribby and Ace can still continue to farm with those UMP, with the SMGs, because no head armor, and the remaining 3 players can't really justify investing too much into the round, although they will be getting max loss bonus from the next round, $3,400. They still want to go in with a proper buy, which means armor, pistol at the most. So yeah, the SMG is still a very viable weapon, and I think Ace is licking his chops. He's like, I'm gonna play some Farmville, let me at him.
I hear that game. But Ace leading the way, like just solo. He's just trying to sell something. He is the point man in this particular round. He's got the UMP. He's expendable player. And Shabby already down to 19 HP. He's going to be swapping his M4 with Amaterasu.
Whoa! What?
A-Star's ancestors must have felt that. That has got to hurt. Instant brain surgery with the Deagle. The 1-Deag. The mythical 1-Deag from Blackhawk. And he's got no armor as well. Blackhawk's been just feeling it this entire game.
That was a tasty shot.
Yummy. Bullet to the skull. As we see Entity sneaking their way up towards the A-bomb site, and this is a good call from Eternal. They are making their way. Shabby's very low indeed. He's holding a very ballsy angle. Blackhawk! What are you doing, son? He finds another one. And Shabby just trying to sacrifice something, but they get mowed down. That was a blitzkrieg from Entity Esports. What just happened there? Everyone just died.
I don't know, Blair. It was just like over in a flash. It was like a flash in a pan, and everyone's dead.
And despite the heroics of Blackhawk, couple of sweet 1-Deags, but that's all that Eternal Esports will find. It was an eco round, just a few pistols. And Antidote might save this M4. Will he have enough money to go for the AWP is the question. And
Blackhawk will.
Blackhawk
He
can drop a gun for his teammate. He's got $3,000. It is going to be max loss bonus, and he should be dropping it off for Antidote. And I'm curious to see now what Eternal Esports are going to do. The first buy round didn't quite pan out. They didn't have the utility. They were caught off guard with the pants down by Entity, and now they're going to have the full buy. Now they will have the utility to work with. And they don't have a timeout remaining here. That's the problem. Hellranger, if they had extra timeout, they would have called a timeout right now to discuss how they're going to be approaching their second buy round. There we go. The AWP is going to be purchased by Blackhawk, dropped over to Antidote. And I'm curious to see what Eternal Esports are going to do now on the CD side.
I mean, I was waiting for Hellranger's fabled double op setup to come out, but looks like they have changed a couple of things up. Their CT side, though, hasn't looked that impressive on Inferno. They haven't been able to withstand the absolute blitzkrieg that Entity have been unleashing on them round after round, but I think now Entity are slowing things down a little bit. Just a tad little bit. And I think, again, the problem for Eternal has been the lack of any aggression at any point on the map. They've just played it very default, very vanilla, and they're paying the price for it. A lot of teams who played this style of CS on the CT side against Entity suffered.
Xavi finds one, almost to the second kill. There's a guy in a pit though. Blackhawk, they haven't spotted him out yet. And this is a very ballsy angle of Ribby to the base of the skull. Takes out Blackhawk, and just like that, the A-bombs are completely compromised. All the Hellrangers managed to push his way in. He avoids Incendiary. He knows there's a player towards Boiler, and that is Ace. And Hellrangers pushed in very deep. They're not expecting him, but Ribby is going to catch him off guard. And just like that, once again, the round is going to go away. They're going to go the way of Entity, and they are looking indomitable on their T side. 6 rounds in a row. As we do see a tactical timeout getting called. I think it is by Entity Esports. That's curious.
It has to be, because Eternal doesn't have any left at the moment.
Antidote trying to stay alive with an AWP of his, is picking up players, but they're going to go for the hunter. They have money for days. Antidote holding a tight angle. Oh, misses the shot. Ace, he's going to go in for the hunt. They're getting trapped. Antidote's still holding the line. Spots out Ace jumping around. He's got to land a nice sweet shot there. And Ribby, Hunter, sorry, is going to survive. Eternal Esports, actually no, they had one more pause remaining. I think one of those was a technical timeout, which got counted as a tactical timeout. So the final tactical timeout getting called by Eternal Esports, and it's about time. They're looking lost right now. It is max loss bonus, so they're of course going to be going for the buy, but they're playing extremely passively. They're just playing in the sights. This is a very different CD side from Eternal Esports than what I'm used to seeing from them in the recent past.
No, this is what I was telling you about, right? I haven't seen Eternal play Inferno that often, and I was a bit skeptical when I was saying that, when you were telling me that, you know, Hell has a plan on his CT side. He's going to aggress, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. It's not in there. It's not something that they do very often. They are a very passive team in general. And that's not going to work against a team of Entity's caliber, to be very honest. They have to take the game to them. It is what Entity were giving too much respect to Eternal in the first half of their T side. And when they started to take the fight to Eternal, they crumpled under the pressure. Finally, we see some aggression, but this time though Shabby not hitting his shots, and Antidote taking a metric crap ton of damage as well. And he needs to fall back to safety.
He's going to be playing a very safe angle. He does have a teammate right next to him as well. That is Hellranger, his captain. Amaterasu routing off a few bullets through the smoke. Again, slight little aggression from Eternal Esports, but that just seemed very half-hearted. It wasn't like a proper full-fledged attacking aggression. A nice counter-aggression from a Hellranger. He doesn't spot anyone though. Excali was blinded, but luckily for him, he had cover behind mini wall. And once again, a minute on the clock, but there's no map control for Eternal Esports. They do have the crossfire, not even a crossfire. Amaterasu is all alone towards Archway, towards the cubby area.
That's another problem I see with the Eternal setup, right? There's very little chance of any kills being traded on this A-bomb side. Very little chance.
This is going to be a fake, though, coming up from Entity. They're going to be making a lot of noise, wrapping around from CD spawn. Amaterasu has got a great angle. He's going to find nothing! Gets taken out by A-Star. Andrew's got a lot of work to do. He's very low with the AWP. Finds a great pick. Gonna fall back. He is getting hunted down. The smoke's gonna come in. Are they gonna push into the smoke? Is the question. Antidote holds the line. Hellranger's gonna find an Antidote. Holding a very tight angle. Finds another one. Ace is gonna find Hellranger. The Antidote misses the shot, but he's getting hunted down. He's gonna get taken up by Ace. And A-Star's got control of CD spawn as well. The retake is coming in, however, from Banana, and A-Star's got himself in a great position here. This is not gonna be an easy retake, but they have got to go for this. It's the best chance I've had in a long time. A-Star playing passive with the flashlight's going to blind anyone. Ace is going to keep on wide, going to miss a shot though. He's going to get taken down. It's all an Ace. Right to Ace with the AK-47. He's going to spot on a player, finds one, immediately falls back. Bit more damage, clutches it out. And Ace with a quad kill. 14-8 for Entity Esports as they're now 2 rounds away from taking the first map in this best-of-3 series.
What was that? How was Blackhawk looking towards construction when his teammate got killed from CT spawn? What? Where are the comms? No. I think it's all starting to fall apart for Eternal Esports right now. They really need to compose themselves. They're a very young team, but they're being marshaled by a very experienced player, although he's very young as well. But he's had a lot of LAN experience and it's just not showing at the moment.
And right now, we do have the AWP in the hands of Shabby. He's going to be trying his luck with the AWP, the secondary AWP for the team. At one point, he was, of course, the primary AWPer for MXB back in the day, as they were known earlier. Blackhawk boosting up his teammate, Amaterasu, immediately gets taken down. Blackhawk with a reply through the smoke, but he is going to get pressurized. Blackhawk doing a bit more damage, but is he going to re-aggress out? Yes, he is, because he's got backup arriving right behind him, but better sense is going to prevail. As Hellranger with the incendiaries back and forth. Flash is pouring out as well as A-Star has been isolated from the rest of his teammates, but they have complete control of Banana, and it is a 4v4, which will obviously favor the T side. Eternal Esports, they have yet to win a single round on their CT side.
Ribby is literally redefining the lurk role right now. He hasn't left T-spawn, and there's 50 seconds left on the clock. This is next level lurk. Yeah.
Right there. The Indian meta, ladies and gents. Love it. The bomb is making its way towards mid. Ace leading the way. He's going to be smoking off towards Moto. And now just two players in the A bomb set. Shabby's got to commit. Stay in the site or play from archways. The archways area has been completely compromised. They're going to be coming out from apartments. There is a player over at mid. Shabby has a lot of work to do. Very safe angle. One guy is going to pass on by. He's going to find one looking for the second kill, but it's going to get hunted down. He gets hunted down, but it's going to come down to Antidote. He finds nothing. Nothing. He needed to get at least one single kill, but Hunter will hunt him down. 2v3. There is time to go for the plant with 6 seconds on the clock. The bomb is going to get planted. They have to do this. Eternal Esports, they got to go for this. It's do or die. Blackhawk's going to find Ace. Now it's a 2v2, but he's going to get spotted out. Hunter doing a lot of damage on the Blackhawk. Hellranger and Blackhawk, they have absolutely no utility to work with. And Hunter and Ribby have set up a beautiful crossfire as well. This is looking very dire indeed for Hellranger and his men. Hunter not budging. He is just going to hold the line. Setting up the crossfire. They're taking the sweet time. They don't even have a kit. They don't have a kit. They're going to run away. And that is going to be map point for Entity Esports. Ladies and gentlemen, they need one more round to take the first map, the pick of Eternal Esports, and how it has turned around. This is an incredible comeback from Entity.
Eternal need to play the match of their lives on Mirage. That's all I have to say for that. I mean, Antidote, they're completely whiffing that spray down and not realizing that he's going to get goombard very soon by Hunter.
He needed at least a kill. At least one kill.
At least one kill, yeah. I mean, Hunter just did so much damage that round that there was no point going for the retake either. They got themselves entrenched into the A-bombs. Beautiful crossfire set there between Ribby and Hunter, and they just saw that round through. It's a battle of attrition, and Entity are winning it outright at this point.
So, map point for Entity Esports. Eternal Esports need to win 7 rounds in a row. Let me repeat that. 7 rounds in a row. And they haven't won a single one yet on the CD side. They need to win 7 rounds in a row to take it to overtime. And this looks very, very rough indeed. Ace has stuck his way in, but Hellranger spots him out. And finally, something going the way of Eternal Esports, but still they have a lot of work to do. A-Star trying to go for the wall bang. Blackhawks have reply back, no one hitting anyone. 5v4. A completely pointless flashbang. A-Star's gonna find Blackhawk. And Shabby trying to go for the quick trade. He's being sneaky. He finds A-Star. Antidote finds Ribby. All of a sudden, it looks like Eternal Esports might actually get a round on board. Amaterasu is going for next cap. One guy stays alive. Hunter in a 1v4. He destroys Amaterasu. But he's got a lot of time to work with. 3 more kills to find. Can he clutch this out and close it out? That would be heartbreaking. That would be soul-shattering if Hunter manages to close this one out. Slowly sneaking up through library. They have an inkling where he is. But Hunter sneaking his way. There is a player in the site. He's very, very low indeed. But Antidote, with the off angle, gets the kill. As Eternal Esports, with a bloodied, battered fingernail, they cling on to the precipice of defeat.
The first round on their CT side.
They need to win 6 more rounds. I mean, you've heard of, they have a mountain to climb, but they have Mount Vesuvius to climb right now, and it's pouring lava at the same time.
Right now, it's that point in the Hindi movie where the doctor comes out of the operation theater and says, "Abhi dawa nahi, duaon ki zarurat hai." Literally at that point in the game right now. It is completely dire. And weren't you the one telling me that Hellranger has 15 different setups for 15 different rounds on the CT side?
I think he forgot his playbook.
I've seen one.
Flashes. Nate sailing in towards the second mid, taking a chunk out of A-Star. But it is Counter-Strike. This is Counter-Strike. This is a game where the impossible happens. The comebacks can happen. I'm just trying to hype it up. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be realistic about this. I don't see this happening. But then again, I've been proven wrong so many times that just don't trust me, just don't believe in me. Just, let's see how the game plays out. Entity taking a sweet time. They have got control of mid as Eternal Esports once again playing extremely passively. But this time, Hellranger, he's feeling adventurous, but Ace is there. He's got, oh! That was close. That was close. Hellranger. He's going to get hunted out by Ace here, tapping away. But Hellranger's getting a lot of information though, and that's going to send his player back to its library. That is Amitarasu with an AK-47 of his. Utility is virtually non-existent. They have one flash remaining on Shabby as they come barreling in. Amitarasu dodging the bullets. Antidote's going to get a kill. He's got to go for more. 3 kills for Antidote. But Ribby and A-Star does reply back. Antidote's still alive. He's going to go for more. He's going to go for the reload. Ribby, he's out in the open. Blackhawk will have to be saved. Antidote picks up 4. He finally gets taken on A-Star in a 1v3. Finds one more kill. Picks up the bomb. 27 seconds. He doesn't have time to go towards the B bomb side. And Hellranger, can he clutch this one out? Yes, he does. 10 rounds for Eternal Esports. But Jesus Christ, A-Star making it look very scary. Antidote got a quad kill, and yet it came down to a 1v1 again.
Like they say, it isn't over till the fat lady sings, and there's still some fight left in the boys from Eternal Esports. They're taking the game to an Entity, and that previous round was scary. A little bit scary.
You don't want A-Star to go off. That's a player you really don't want to go off. He's on 23 kills now, by the way. He's top ranking the server alongside Antidote, and top ranking for his team as well. And again, right now it's about trying to just win one round at a time. The player boosted up is Antidote. He is trying to find the pick, and Amitarasu with a double kill. The double peek from Excali, and Amitarasu saving both himself, his teammate, and the B bomb site. That just like that Entity are 2 men down. And Eternal Esports just need to play the man advantage, 2-man advantage. Blackhawk's going to be pushing in towards apartment. He's going to find another kill. Is he going to make his escape is the question. Yes, he will. Although Hunter is trying to find him. And it's all about timing. He's going to get the kill on the Blackhawk. But he's got a lot more people to find. Hunter is a hunter of men. He's going to find 2. He's looking for more. Shabby is alone. He's alone. He's going to get spotted out. Somehow survives on 5 HP. He is bleeding. And Ace. 1v3. He knows exactly where Shabby is. Shabby, so lucky to stay alive. And Ace, a lot of work to do. Finds one. 1v2 now. 37 seconds out in the open. Incendiary in hand. He's just playing with fire, literally. But Antidote will finally take him down. 11 rounds for Eternal Esports. Archie, do you believe?
Do you dare to dream, Blair? Do you dare to dream?
Not really. Not really. I've been disappointed too many times. A tactical timeout getting called by Entity, the second tactical timeout, I believe.
I mean, their money's looking gone. It's gone. They
still have a 4-round cushion to work with.
True. So, but do they want to tax their economy? Because again, Entity have been prone to force buying a lot on the T side, especially on Inferno. So I'm not sure if they can hold on to their horses and just let patience take its course. And as they say, haste makes waste. So, okay then. Ribby did buy up that previous round though, so...
I think it was a misbuy.
Do we restart for misbuys?
I don't know. That's the admin's job to decide, but we are about to resume with the game. It is a very light buy. Although Ace has purchased a lot of stuff here. He's still going to be getting, I mean, if they do lose this round, they're still going to be getting $2,900. So he will still be able to go for an AK and armor, but that's all he'll be able to purchase. Hellranger feeling a little adventurous now because he knows that the money is going to be a little rough for Entity at the moment. And Entity Esports pushing up mid.
Although the worst possible place to push against a pistol buy is Banana because there's literally no escape, and those Tech 9s, although nerfed, are still very potent. There it is.
Hellranger gets immediately dinged, but it's Antidote's going to get the kill, and you can see Hellranger falling back to safety. He's going to be calling for backup as well. We see Antidote making his way towards CD spawn to help out his captain. Oh, captain, my captain.
You stole the words right out of my mouth, Blair.
Yeah, boy. Antidote, sorry, Amaterasu in the meantime finds Ribby. They're falling one by one. Should be a little careful there. Amaterasu going for the pre-fire. And Ace with the drive-by. He gets the kill. They are getting pinched by Hellranger. He's very low. He gets spotted out. He's trying to hold the line. He's got to go for the shots. Ace is going to get another kill. And now Antidote's alone. Not like this. He's got no armor. He's alone here in the B bomb site. And he's getting hunted down. Bomb's going to get planted. He's going to go for the wall. Bang misses it. Just needs to stay alive here. Flashbang's going to pop, and he's going to rattle off his shot. Gets taken down. 2v3. Not like this. Bomb's going to get planted. They have no armor, but for Excalibur's got a P250 to work with, but bomb is planted in Shabby and Blackhawk. And it's going to be Hunter switching over to AWP. Oh, he gets a tag to Blackhawk. 10 HP. Excali just lying in wait. He doesn't need to budge. They need to find him. Shabby checks the corner. Is he? No! He's got to find a kill. 1v2. Hunter with the object so very low, but he doesn't notice. He's got to find one. He's going to find another one, and Hunter gets taken down. Blackhawk. How much can you ask of one man time and time again? I mean, his back has got to be hurting. They need to take him to a spa after this game.
I think they went to a spa yesterday, so he should be good for a couple of more games, I'm assuming. But they lose 4 players.
To pretty much a full eco. I mean, Eternal Esports. And because of that, I mean, even if they go for the buys, it's still, you know, it's a little weak. Shabby having to make do with the FAMAS. Just a couple of incendiaries. You can see Amaterasu and Hellranger don't have much to work with either. At least for Antidote, he does have some armor to work with, so that's there. Hunter. He's going to open things up. Amaterasu this time. He's not going to get lucky, but Shabby will pick up the M4 from his teammate. Or didn't he? I think he missed the gun. He missed the gun. Now he's going to go back, picks it up. There we go, taking his sweet time. I think he got a little CSGO there. You feel it, don't you, RG?
Yeah, I totally empathize and sympathize with Shabby for what just happened. It's just CSGO, these things happen. And now it's just going to be Antidote to hold the line, hold down the fort towards the B bomb site all by his lonesome.
This is a very ballsy angle. He's alone.
I mean, this B bomb site is his Alamo at this point, and we all know how that turned out, don't we?
Reference game on point.
I know, right?
Reference game on point indeed. But there's no one over at A, and it's going to be Shabby. He's alone. There's no one over at A. They're going to come barreling in. Shabby just making his escape, going for a very smart play. He almost got a kill on the A-star, who is somehow alive, although he's hemorrhaging from every orifice in his body. But they're falling back towards B. And this Eternal just seems a little lost here. You're just over-rotating everywhere now. Antidote, there's a lot of work to do. What's going to happen? The play is going to be coming in towards B. There is a lurk in the form of A-star. Incendiary is pouring in. A-star is going to find Hellranger. What are you doing, Hellranger? And now Antidote pushing in. I love this. They might not be expecting this. And Antidote misses the shot. They know where he is. It's all on him. He's going to fall. It's all on Shabby. The 1v5. The dream of the comeback is going to be crushed by Entity. They just need one kill. And it's all on Shabby against the wall. I don't see it happening. And Shabby is going to get hunted up. Excali ends it. 16-12 will be the scoreline as Entity are going to take map number 1. What a comeback from them. And despite Eternal Esports trying to claw back into the game in the end, it was not to be. Map number 2 is going to be coming up after a very quick break. It's going to be in Mirage. But before that, we're just going to be going straight to the desk where we have Adi and Mamba to break down the game.
It was quite an amazing matchup, to be honest, and honestly, I'm surprised the sort of Counter-Strike we got to witness today. That was, well, finally and fortunately, good Counter-Strike.
Yeah, and that was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. And like it was when Eternal was 7-0 up, I was like, oh my god, I might have got this wrong. And Hellranger has perfectly counter-stratted Entity. But then, you know, later on, 7 rounds in a row for Eternal. Finally, then 7 rounds in a row again for Entity. What a back and forth game. Like right in the start, right, the CT is forced by. It's that classic example why they lost 7 rounds in a row. It's because they forced bot in the second round. That's why on the 4th round, low utility, barely any head armor. Eternal does the same mistake on their CD side. So then eventually Entity one-ups them. They're like, okay, you're going to get 7 rounds in a row on your T side. We're going to get 8 rounds in a row now. Just to show you that, you know, we're actually here to play. But yeah, that whole middle portion of the map, like of the game, was just Entity. Eternal looked completely clueless.
And to be honest, even after they won 8 rounds in a row, Eternal still managed to make 1 round, and after that, they did not win a single round until the end of the game. We started to make a comeback, which was quite surprising because, you know, both of us, like, I ran from the audience over here. I was thinking it was game done and dusted because of the fact that Entity was just being so dominant, but the shutdown started to come in, and somehow Eternal Esports, I don't know, something inside them just woke up. Antidote with the op. Blackhawk, let's talk about Blackhawk for a while. Alright, so I'll tell you rounds specifically. Round number 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 rounds in a row, he steps it up. Round number 3 gets a 4K. Gets a quad kill. The next round, he gets an amazing spray. Ruby actually gets an amazing spray transfer, but wasting so much time that Ruby could not actually defuse the bomb.
The thing is, other than the 1 round where Blackhawk won the 1v2, towards the end of the game, he kind of disappeared after the first 6 rounds. He was at 13 kills in the first 6 rounds, but after that, nothing. He just went to sleep. He does wake up a bit later, and it's not enough. Like, he literally just saved them, and that 1 round when it should have been GG, right? When you actually came from the crowd to hear, it was Blackhawk saving them. And I don't even know what to say, because it's just Entity had so much better economy management. Like, Eternal, they had 7 rounds in a row, right? But all it took was 2 Entity rounds to break their bank and put them on an eco. Entity, on the other hand, 5 rounds in a row, and they suddenly have 14K, 10K. It was amazing, and
it's just, you know, it leaves you speechless because of the fact that, honestly, this is the grand final that we are looking forward to, because usually sometimes it ends up being a one-sided stomp, and especially with Entity, you know, on the stage, along with Eternal Esports, even though you did mention the fact yesterday that Eternal actually finds something against Entity because they've been performing really well against Entity.
So like, Eternal actually shines against better organized teams. If you find a team like Shooting Monkeys or Semperex, they're a bit more YOLO, a bit more pug style, right? And even Brutality to an extent are just pug style. So Eternal does well against Entity, and they even go close against Risky and like Nasser. And so that's why it's always going to be a close affair when it's Entity versus Eternal. But now, it was the firepower, right? Just, there were so many 4v3 retakes, and just the retakes for Entity. There was round number 15, right? It was a retake finally for Eternal. That was 7 rounds in a row for Eternal, 7 rounds in a row for Entity. And then finally, they lose the retake, Entity. And Eternal finally picks up one more, Eternal finally picks up one more T round. And then, the 16th round, Eternal, the worst read I have seen in my life. They see that B is clear, right? It's just Excali holding all the way back at T slope. And the T's have already gone up mid, and they're into CD spawn. Hellranger like starts rotating. There are three of the CDs at B. Hellranger gets caught with his pants down at CD base. He's like, oh my god, what the hell? Why are there 3 players in my face? He must have yelled at his team. And that pistol round was very important for Entity to equalize the game and then take it forward and make the comeback amazing.
The problem was that it was a 4-man push inside Banana, and Excali, honestly, I mean, even though he might have screamed at his teammates, you know, he usually does not do it, but even though he might have screamed at his teammates, he played it to perfection. 4 guys in your face, and wasting that much amount of time is not an easy task. Wasted so much time. Guess what? 4 guys inside Banana, deep down Banana. The other 4 guys from Entity just come and casually walk inside the B bombs. It's a clear bomb set, plant the bomb down as well. And to be honest, I was holding my mouth and I was like, not like this. Actually, sorry about that, but not like that. I mean, when it just happens, right? I could not understand if that was bad on Eternal's part or it was a really, really good fake coming from Entity Esports. So, you know, leaving that aside, coming down to the end game, right? I don't know. I've seen Eternal choke against Nasser as well. We've seen them play in different tournaments. And today, finally, for once, Eternal actually seemed like they were playing the natural game, because yesterday as well, I had a chat with Antidote because I told him what I felt. I told him that he was not playing his natural game. Like, you know, he's really aggressive at times, and he has a potential to make those flashy plays. Like, you know, we have a few players. We have Marzel, we have Psychedelic, we have Antidote. You know, sometimes Hellranger himself does that. But the fact that Antidote was not doing it, and today, Blackhawk, Hellranger, Antidote, Shabby, everyone on the team, except for Amaterasu for a few rounds, everyone is stepping up.
So it was actually the story of the tournament. Even the first 2 games, everyone was very equal. There was no standout player out of Eternal. But like I said, NTT had Ace and A-Star. Had Ace as their standout player, and hence he was my player to watch as well. Ace finally shows up right towards the end of the game. He wins the 1v2, which was very important. And what was nice for me to see was towards the end of the first half, right, Excali started doing Excali things. Running through Molotovs, getting a 1D, coming back, the spam kill with the M4. Before that, the 2 kills with the M4 at house as well. It was brilliant seeing him like that.
And talking about the next map, it is going to be Mirage. Now, one thing I'm really worried about the fact is that Mirage, Eternal, have actually lost out against Entity. And when you saw the veto as well, I'll just lay it in plain words what Adi said. I'm going to quote him, word by word. This is a terrible veto. That is what you said.
Yeah, so it is a terrible veto because, if you remember, I told you before the game, I think this is going to go 2-1 to Eternal. As soon as I saw the veto, I was like, nope, this is 2-0 Entity, because Hell might think that he is good at, his team is good at Mirage. At the end of the day, Entity has better firepower. Mirage is sort of like a Dust 2. It's a Pug-style map. And it's simple as that. No matter how many strats you put into Mirage, there is only so much you can do on the T side. And the CT side for Entity is actually amazing as well because they like to aggress. I've seen Excali aggressing that B-apps. I've seen the underpass push by A-Star. A-Star somehow or the other always ends up behind 2 enemies. It's just like his... he's sort of like India's get right. Suddenly, you don't know where he is, or always check your back, basically. A-Star will be there. And I've seen some amazing CT play by Entity, so I don't think Eternal has any chance whatsoever in Mirage.
And Asa, talking about comparing him with Get Right, there is tend to show his emotions as well, certain times when, certain things happen, but...
Yeah, there was another tournament where he actually rage quit against Brutality. He claims it was so that it doesn't become a bigger fight, but that's not cool. You need to finish the game, A-Star. And yeah, so I just don't see Eternal. What do you think? What do you think Eternal has to do?
To be honest, the way the map fares out, right? We've seen Mirage being a puggish map. You have teams like Semperex, you have teams like Shooting Monkeys playing really well. And, again, Brutality is a team which I personally feel that, their after plants are really nice, and that is the reason why they tend to get rounds on the terrace side. If they once they plant the bomb down, it's really hard to go in for the retake. But for a team like Eternal or Entity, as a matter of fact, even though they have so much experience, their after plant is not as great. And talking about the CT side, Hellranger might be able to read them, might be able to have some really, really weird calls on the terrace side, but look at them. Excali, Ace, A-Star, Hunter, and Ruby as well. Not leaving him outside, but...
Ruby's the old man. He's always on the lurk. He's always there was the one round where he was in Inferno. He was sitting at T-spawn. He was literally just sitting at T-spawn. It was 40 seconds left in the round. And yeah, so what I'm scared about for Eternal is they're terrible at money management. And if Eternal starts CT side, and if they lose, if they have a bad start, Eternal, you saw this in the second half in Inferno as well. They force bought, and then in the 19th round, when they finally bought, they had no helmets on 5 players. They had low utility, barely any utility. And of course they were going to lose that round. And even Blay pointed that out. So if they have a bad start, it's going to just go downhill, and it's going to be something like another 16-7 drubbing, in my opinion.
And to be honest, I did mention the fact that, Eternal is such a momentum-based team. We saw them the first 7 rounds. It was a steamroll, and once they started losing rounds, they could not show up at all. Blackhawk just, going inside a black hole somewhere, dissolving himself in a black hole. I don't know. So I understand the fact that, you lose out on the confidence, because I've seen you guys play. I've played competitive Counter-Strike myself. It happens at times. And I have mentioned this fact again and again. If you cannot show up, there are 2 things you can do. Either be the entry frag or just, go in. One flashbang and 1 kill is all your team needs, or just fall back and play the support role. And the way Blackhawk just disappeared on the game, that's weird, to be honest. And even though on a map like Mirage, it's really important because, if there's a B split coming in, for example, then, and if you're holding B short, you just are in such a bad position because, for example, if you're standing under window and you have people coming in from B short, you have people jumping down the B apartments as well. Need someone who can have those nutty plays. For example, Excali, he has that talent. We have Ace, A-Star, all of these guys have the firepower. Not taking away the fact that we have Hellranger, Antidote as well, who can make those flashy plays. But, looking into it, it just, on paper, it does not look like, Eternal could actually pull
it
it
doesn't
off.
look like a fair matchup, right? It looks like a heavyweight going up against, I don't know, a 100-pound wrestler. Like,
not in the literal senses, by the way.
I have no boxing references in my mind. I don't like sports. I like esports. No, but seriously, like, I'm at a loss because this pick by Eternal, it dumbstruck me right from the start of this game. And I really think that unless Antidote, unless Shabby, unless Hellranger, all of them hit their shots and all of them go crazy. And right from the get-go, unless they get momentum on their side, and they're going to get steamrolled.
And to be honest, you mentioned the fact that it's a puggish map again, Eternal has to change things up. I've seen them play those hard and fast roles itself. Like, all right, I understand the fact that you want to be structured, that's nice, but you have to be, volatile enough in terms of changing the roles. We've seen Entity making some really, really good rushes. Like, we call them bomb rushes. Nothing's working on, just go and rush them because you have so much firepower. Utilize it. Why not utilize it as well? But, well, the players are almost ready. The casters are almost ready as well. But before we jump into the game, I have a few more questions. All right, so you've seen Entity play, and one of the things that not a lot of people know about, I want to point out that Excali is traveling with 3 mice. He's actually having 3 mice with him, 3 different mice, and he's a player who keeps on changing his settings and the mouse as well. I was talking to Ace yesterday, and he's like, you know what? Yesterday he was playing with an EC1, and today he's playing with some of the mouse. So it's I don't understand. It's like, would you do that though?
No. I mean, to be honest, you've seen me in the office, right? Like, I'm trying to play on an EC1A while my hand is set to a rival 300. Like, the thing is, you're just not when you're used to something, you're used to something. And you kind of use it throughout its lifespan. Like, if you use an Asus Cerberus, suppose, right? You're going to be like, with that until Asus phases it out and replaces it with another mice. Like, you're loyal to brands. So, I can't, like, even if the sensitivity, even if the DPI, everything is the same, it's just not.
Well,
I don't know how he does it.
Leaving that aside, all the players are ready, so are the casters, so we are straight going to jump into the game because of the fact that we don't really have a lot of time. So, well, we have Blair and Fed waiting for us. Over to you guys.
Thank you for that, Mamba. So we are about to resume with map number 2 of this best of 3 series. It is going to be the pick coming in from Entity Esports. It's going to be Mirage. You seem to be a little dejected, Archie?
No, this is Eternal Esports map pick, actually, not... This is Eternal's map pick, not Entity's. Entity's was Inferno.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, and that is what dumbstruck me, is Eternal going for Mirage against Entity. It's weird. It's like me picking. So if I were to ask, if there was a challenge, a face-off between, say, me and Usain Bolt, and I said, yeah, 100-meter dash is my pick against you. Counterintuitive would be the least offensive way of putting it, in my opinion.
Absolutely. So we are about to get into the game right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are live with the knife rounds. You can clearly see Entity shanking away like it's a prison riot.
The shivs are out, and
Antidote is running for his life. He's got a beautiful knife, but 3 players hunting him down. They are looking to get that final shank in. Antidote just running around, doing his best Spider-Man impression. Jumping from ledge to ledge, gonna get trapped, and he is gonna get gangbanged. 1v3, there's nothing I can do. And that is gonna be the knife round going to win Entity Esports very comfortably, and they should be starting on the CT side. No surprises there.
That was like watching an episode of Tom and Jerry with a very dark ending. Very dark ending indeed.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go live. Map number 2, Eternal Esports. Well, they have everything against them. Make some noise for both these teams. Entity taking map number 1. And, well, let's be honest here. I mean, I would love to see map number 3, but Eternal Esports, they have to play out of their minds right now.